Hello and welcome to episode 130 of the Sock Bunny Knit and Fit video podcast. My name is Kimberly, also known as Sock Bunny, and today is Saturday, November 1st, 2014. I am recording in sunny Florida in the United States of America, and it is a gorgeous day. Today is what I would say is our first day of fall weather. The high is going to be about 60, 65. It's gorgeous out, very, very windy, very beautiful. And when I finish this recording, I'm going to go for a long walk in the beautiful Florida sunshine. And I'm really excited about that. And I would like to show you Pumpkin, but he's hiding from me right now. He's very nocturnal and sleeps most of the day. So he's awake but staring at me, but I can tell he's about to fall back asleep. So maybe he'll come over here if we're lucky. I don't want to just snatch him and make him be on the podcast if he doesn't want to. You know, his own privacy. So he's very adorable, though. If you're a new viewer, Pumpkin is my cat, and I've only had him since July, so we're still in the honeymoon phase. And we probably always will be. Anyway, you can find me as Sock Bunny pretty much everywhere, such as Ravelry, Plurk, Instagram, Google+, Twitter, and YouTube. And the blog is at sockbunnyknitandfit.blogspot.com. And I want to say thank you very much to everybody who sent me messages on Ravelry and Instagram and Plurk and everywhere, thanking me for coming back and welcoming me back to the podcasting world. If you don't know, I took the summer off and I needed a break, and life has been very crazy, but it is getting much better and settling down. So, and if you can't tell, I am back in my old craft room. I'm actually catty corner from where I normally sit. I haven't decided how I'm going to arrange things, but I've moved back into my old craft room, and that is a very good thing. I'm very happy to be here. So, what are we going to talk about today? I have my show notes off to the side. Today's topics: finished objects, works in progress, charity, Sock Bunny retreat, fitness, tips and tricks, what I am watching and reading, and favorite things. So let's hop right into finished objects. I don't have any. That was easy. Let's talk about works in progress. First, I will show you. I am working on a sock head hat. I'm using Poems yarn. It's by Wisdom Yarn. It's Poems sock yarn, and it is a single, and I would never, never use it as a the lighting's going to be weird because I have the window off to my side right now. I may have to rearrange this room. But anyway, it's got long color repeats. It's a single. I would never use it for socks, but it's great for a sock head hat. So as you can see here, the sock head is a free pattern. You do 2x2 ribbing for some inches, and then you do the top part in plain stockinette for a few inches, and then you bind off. So I have probably about an inch and a half left before I start the bind off. And I'm really enjoying this. This has been my carry around in my purse brainless knitting. I am doing it on 2 circular needles because I do not like to knit hats on one magic loop. So that is project number 1, sockhead hat. And like I said, that's a free pattern. It's really good because you can use any sock yarn. Like if you have some sock yarn that you're not quite sure what to do with, maybe it's some weird variegated or a color you don't really think you would like to wear as socks, or a yarn that you don't think would be suitable for socks. It's a really, really good pattern. I very much enjoy it. This is like my 3rd or 4th one that I've done. Next, I have not touched Sarah's sweater since the last podcast, so I won't be showing that. I need to pick that back up though because yesterday was Halloween and she told me that it did snow there yesterday for the first time. So I need to get myself in gear with that. Next would be the October Personal Mystery Sock Club socks, which obviously I did not finish in October. They're going to move on into November. But it's a Personal Mystery Sock Club, and there are really no rules. So I am just a few rows away from starting the toe of the first sock. And this is Undead Yarns in the Killer Rabbit colorway. It's a pink and green, 2 of my favorite colors. Love them together. So I am very much enjoying the colors in this knit. And the pink is actually a lot more pink, and the green's a lot more vibrant. The yarn's a lot more vibrant than what is showing here. Um, so I have a lamp over here to try to get light on this side of my face. So, well, whatever. So that is just my vanilla sock pattern, cast on 64, the usual that I always do. And I'm doing those magic loop. I do love to do socks on magic loop. I actually like to do socks pretty much every way. And I like to, occasionally I like to do DPNs just to, stay in practice and for variety. So I really, if I'm going to be traveling with the socks, I'll do them on circs. But if I know that they're going to be staying at home and not going anywhere, then I'll do them on DPNs usually. Because I don't want to lose the DPNs anywhere. If you're a new knitter, I shouldn't assume, DPN stands for double pointed needle. Just there you go. Let's see, what is next? Hitchhiker. Which bag is that in? I moved it. Let's see, which bag is it in? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this I have in a bag that was gifted to me by Denise of Kinky Boo Bags. She had gifted me one of the snail mail kits earlier this year for my birthday. So I am using the bag for this project. This is a hitchhiker. I know I just showed you on the last podcast a hitchhiker I finished. I started another one. This is a very addicting pattern, addictive, whatever you want to call it. This yarn, I believe, is Wisdom Yarns. I misplaced the label, but it is shiny, sparkly green. It's a little bit rough, so I don't think it would be good for socks, but it's perfect for a hitchhiker. Here we go. Hitchhiker is a paid pattern, worth every penny, especially if you're going to knit it a million times like I have. So it's got these, here, let me hold it this way, these teeth going across. And again, this is a perfect pattern for any yarn. You could do stripes, variegated, solid. It's all going to be gorgeous. It's just a very versatile pattern. So you can see I've gotten pretty far on it. And this is a brainless pattern. Pretty brainless, but I'm going to show you in tips and tricks how I keep track of the pattern. So I actually will show you that during tips and tricks. So I love this bag. I love the inside. It's beautiful. Denise always does a great job. And next we have, I am making some dishcloths for Christmas knitting. So I'll show you just a very basic, this I think I cast on 35 and I'll do about 60 rows. So just a very basic vanilla dishcloth. This yarn is either Bernat or Sugar and Cream. Don't remember which. Probably Sugar and Cream. Pretty simple. I use a size 7 needle. All my knitting right now is very, very simple because I just haven't had the brain cells to do anything complicated. So my brain seems to be coming back a little bit though. So there's hope. Hope for the future. And then I started another brainless pattern. I know, I'm crazy. Okay, this yarn, I originally, when I put it into a cake, I was going to make a tube scarf out of it. And a tube scarf is basically, you cast on like you're making a sock and then you just knit the yarn in a long tube. It's really great for striping yarn. This is not a striping yarn. The name is Flamingo Stripes, but it is a variegated yarn. So it was sort of boring. I got about 40 rows in and was like, no. So I frogged that, and I'll show you the label. This is Lorna's Laces in the Flamingo Stripe, which one of my neighbor down the street gifted to me a while back. Lorna's Laces, and like I said, it's the Flamingo Stripes colorway. So what did I decide to do? I'm doing a Bactus, Baktus. It is a free pattern, and you can find a link to it on Ravelry. And I haven't done very much. It looks like it's going to stripe, but when you get up in here, you can see no, it's actually a variegated. So I really love this yarn. This yarn is ridiculously soft. It's Lorna's Laces Soulmate, 55% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, and 30% Outlast. And it is ridiculously soft. This would make great socks, but I want to make a scarf slash shawl out of this. And basically what this pattern does is it just keeps getting bigger. You just keep increasing every fourth row. And then when you use half the yarn, you decrease every fourth row. Super, super, super brainless, easy, simple, what I need right now knitting. And I'm doing it on twos. Normally I do these kinds of things on threes, but I didn't have any threes available. So this is a two, and it's just going to be nice and springy. And I love wearing it. So, and this is in my bag from Rainstorm Studios. Christine, I got it at the Sock Bunny retreat last year. It has a horsey on it. And I love the bandana fabric at the top. I forgot to show earlier, I'm also using a Dalek Christmas bag because, you know, why not? And that's from Denise from Kiki Boo Bags. And I also forgot to show this bag, which is my Batman bag, and this is from Stitched by Jessa Lou. And then my last project is not officially cast on, but it will be cast on later today, so I'm going to show it. The bag I'm using for this was actually gifted to me by Flibberty Gibbet Bunny, Gayla. I hope I'm saying that right, Flibberty Gibbet Bunny. And she had made me, when we got together one time, she had made me this Halloween bag, and it has black cats on it. And in honor of my cat Pumpkin, I decided I'm going to use this bag for this project. This is going to be socks, which I will talk about in the charity section, but I am going to knit the socks that I'm doing for charity with part of the this was the snail mail package that Denise from the Knitting Den podcast had done with Nancy Dog Dye Works. And Denise recently made a hat out of this and reminded me that I had this. So I'm going to use this to make the socks for charity. And it's the slow-mo colorway and also minty, I don't know what the other word is. Minty mini. That's what it is. There we go. Minty mini. So that will be the socks for charity. And that's all of the works in progress I have going on. I know, a crazy amount, but scatterbrain these days. So let's talk about charity. That's all the knitting we have. Let's talk about charity. As I mentioned on the last episode, Sarah moved to, my older daughter, she's 22, moved to Chicago in July. She is a consecrated religious. She's a Catholic missionary, basically. And she and her teammates all live completely on donations. There are 17 of them. And I had asked for volunteers. And we, within days, had all 17 spots filled. So thank you so much for doing that. And like I said, if you want to sign up to be a backup person, you can. We already have one person do that, so thank you. So we're knitting bed socks for all of them. And I would like to have them in my hands by December 31st, if possible. So that's what I'm knitting those socks for. I'm knitting for one of the ladies on Sarah's team. So thank you to everybody who signed up. I did see in my Ravelry messages a couple of people messaged me, but I haven't had a chance to actually respond. But thank you, thank you, thank you. You know who you are. So that's charity. Next, we're going to talk about the Sock Bunny Retreat. And yes, that's going to happen again the first weekend in February. It's going to be very laid back. I am going to go to the hotel this week to actually sign the contract. And then I will be announcing pretty much everywhere the pricing, the official dates. But the unofficial dates, as of right now, it's going to be Thursday, February 5th through the 7th, which is Saturday. And then on Sunday morning, we'll have a farewell breakfast, probably at Cracker Barrel again. It's going to be very laid back, limited to 20 people, including myself, and 5 vendors. And it will be on a first paid, first served basis. And whatever you pay to attend the retreat is non-refundable, but it is transferable. So if for some reason you can't come, I can't give you your money back, but you can have somebody come in your place. So there will be information coming out this week about that. I don't want to do anything official until I sign the contract, if you know what I mean. So I'm super excited about that. It's going to be fun. Let's talk about fitness. Every month I say the same thing. We have a fitness along in the Sock Bunny group. If you're interested in a fitness along, go check it out in the Sock Bunny group. And the winner for September, I drew. And it is post number 60, who was Tina, who is Little Mermaid. And she's won at least, I know, once, maybe twice before. So, Tina, contact me and let me know which $10 giftable pattern you would like from Ravelry, and I will gift that to you. Or it could be multiple patterns that add up to $10. So, congratulations on that. And I will draw the October winner next week. Today's only November 1st, and I wanted to give everybody a chance to put their fitness in. I'm terrible. I don't even put my own fitness in there. I know. But maybe I'll try to do that for November. That'll be my goal. Because I've always told myself that if I draw my own name out, of course I'll redraw to give somebody else a prize, but then I will win like Wool Misa or something like that. So speaking of fitness, though, I did do my goal for October, which was 10,000 steps a day, every day in October. Now, there's a little asterisk by what I just said. I did miss a day, but I had a very good reason. So I had made a little poster. As you know, I'm famous for my posters. And I did every day in October except for one. Now, you'll notice Sunday the 26th does not have a sticker. But Saturday the 25th has 2 stickers because that day I did not 10,000, I did 25,000 steps that day. We went to Disney World as a family, 25,000 steps. So I was actually, the 26th, too tired and in too much pain to go for a walk. I was just like, no, I don't care if it breaks my streak. I'm counting it as a successful month because my average steps for the month was, I think, around 11,000 steps a day. So I am very proud of myself for that. There were some days where I was exhausted. There are some days where I was so crazy busy that I had to walk in place in front of the TV at night to get my last few thousand steps in, but I was determined that I was going to do it. I'm determined to do it through the end of the year. Who knows what will happen in the new year? I'm going to have to think of a good goal for the new year. I was actually thinking of making a poster for the entire year of 2015 and seeing how many days I could do 10,000 steps and giving myself like $1 a day. Because that's what I'm doing for this. I'm going to reward myself with $1 a day and then just spend it on whatever I want to spend it on instead of saying like it has to be like a hotel or whatever. So, yes, November, I am very happy. Oh, and also, November, I misspelled it. It's November. So mark your calendars. It's November now. So I'm very, very proud of my October. That's definitely a record for me and definitely the longest streak I've ever had for 10,000 steps a day. And I wear a Fitbit pedometer, and they've started doing challenges now. So you could do a daily challenge, a weekend challenge, or a work week challenge. And so I've been doing some step challenges with some people, and that has really been fun and super motivating. And last weekend I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to beat the crap out of everybody because I'm going to Disney World. No. Colleen from DC Knitter, from the DC Unraveled podcast, she kicked my butt. Darth Knitter from the Proverbial Knitter podcast, she kicked my butt too. So it was very, very much fun trying to keep up with them and pass them and them passing me and all that kind of stuff. So it's very, very motivating. So if you have a Fitbit and you have a smartphone, try doing some of the challenges. And if you want to be my friend on Fitbit, the link is in my Ravelry profile. So there you go. All right. Next, let's talk about tips and tricks. Okay, so I shared this tip a long time ago, but I'm going to share it again because after 130 episodes, I know some of you haven't watched I know some of you have watched every single episode, but some of you haven't watched every single episode, so you might have missed some of my tips and tricks. So this tip and trick, I did not invent it, but I love it. So it is, if you have a pattern that is very repetitive, like Hitchhiker is 8 rows. You do the same 8 rows over and over and over and over. You can write each of the, I'm just going to sort of cover it up, but each of the rows, write it on an index card. So I have 8 index cards, and whichever row I'm on is in the front. You can punch a hole and put like a jump ring through there, or one of those claspy thingies that open and close or whatever. I just put a binder clip on there. Of course, it has to be pink. It has to be pretty. So there you go. Sorry. So each of the rows I just put on there, whichever row I'm on, that is the row that's in the front. And it makes it very portable. You don't have to carry anything else around. Um, Now, I know Hitchhiker is probably easy enough to memorize, but like I said, I want brainless right now, and this makes it mistake proof, even for me. So that is my tip of the week. Use index cards to keep track of where you are on a repetitive pattern. It's really good for scarves or shawls or whatever. I mean, and you could do that for socks or you could do it for whatever, but I love that tip. I learned that tip when I first started knitting. Somebody in my local knit group showed it to me, and I have used it a lot ever since then. I mean, you could use it from anything from if you're a beginner knitter, you could use it for a dishcloth, like a repetitive dishcloth, or anything up to fancy lace. It's very, very versatile. So there you go. There's your tip of the week. What I am watching and reading. I am still obsessed with watching Let's Plays for Sims 3 and Sims 4. Actually, I've been watching Let's Plays for Sims 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can you say obsessed? Now, if you watch Tina from the Knitting Blooms podcast, you'll know she's actually more obsessed than I am. And I know that's hard to believe, but she's super obsessed. And she's so obsessed that she actually started making her own Let's Plays, which she's been peer pressuring me into doing. So I might try doing some of my own Let's Plays. We'll see. I told her I would at least try it. So in the next few weeks, I will let you guys know how that's going. But so I've been watching and basically, if you don't know what a Let's Play is, I know it's going to sound stupid, but maybe not because you're sitting here watching a podcast where somebody's talking about knitting. So, but you watch somebody else play the game. Now, why would somebody do that? I do it because I like to learn. Everybody plays differently. Some of the people that I watch play are really funny and make me laugh. It's no different to me than watching a sitcom. If you're going to sit and watch a sitcom for half an hour, what's the difference between that and watching a game for half an hour? So there you go. So if you want to watch Tina's Let's Plays, which I highly recommend because she's very, very good at it. She's very good at The Sims and she's very good at doing Let's Plays. I recommend that you go watch her and her YouTube channel. You'll find her on YouTube. It's Tina Loves Sims. And yes, she does. Okay, favorite things. My favorite thing was last weekend. Like I said, Joe and Sarah and Rachel and I went to Disney World for the day, Magic Kingdom. It was gloriously beautiful. It was 80 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, not humid, perfect day, perfect weather. We were all exhausted. First, we got up, we left the house at 6 a.m. as I live a couple of hours away from Orlando, hour and a half, 2 hours depending. So we left the house at 6, which means I woke up at 5:15, and we went to mass at the shrine in Orlando, Mary Queen of the Universe Shrine. We went to the, was it 8 or 8:30? I think it was 8. Yeah, we went to the 8 o'clock mass there. And then we arrived at the Magic Kingdom a little bit after 9, and it wasn't that crowded when we first got there, so we actually got to walk on to the first few rides. We rode the Speedway, we rode the teacups. We had to ride Space Mountain first because that's Sarah's favorite, so we had to ride Space Mountain first. We pretty much almost practically just walked on to Space Mountain. And it was a really good day. So we got there at around 9, and we left at 11 p.m. That is a long day. I could walk all day, but standing in line, oh, it kills my feet. It kills my legs. I hate standing in line. So as it got later in the day, the lines got longer. Like the line for Haunted Mansion was super long. I think we waited 45 minutes to an hour in that line, but I mean, you have to do it. It's Haunted Mansion. So it was just a glorious, glorious day. We got home about 1 o'clock in the morning. So that was a very long day. So that's why the next day, also the next day, my friend Michelle, remember the one I stayed with when I went to Rhinebeck last year? She was down from Massachusetts. Sarah was home. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give myself a pass on going for a long walk. So I think I deserved it. It was a great day. So that was my favorite thing for this week. And guess what? This is a pretty short one. That is it. I just wanted to remind you that we do have a prayer request thread in the Sock Bunny Ravelry group. So if you have any prayer requests, they could be unspoken prayer requests or regular ones. You can put those in the group. And I do pray, even though I don't respond to them, I am praying for you guys. And then also don't forget to enter your fitness into the fitness threads. And I think that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. If you're watching it on iTunes, please leave a nice rating. And I guess that's about it. I hope you have a great week. Keep on crafting. Sorry the cat didn't come out. Bye.